Welcome back. By now, most people are on at least one social media site. So we developed a social media panel to take you through the updates and figure out what's in and what's not. Joining me now is Daniel Wyatt from USM 101 and Shantae Newcomb, who's part of the social media club, and she actually works at Moss Media Labs, right? And we're starting off our panel tonight. We're going to talk about Facebook. Needless to say, it's one of the most popular social media sites this day. But the biggest change most recently, I would say, is the timeline. What do you guys think about it?
I think, I think people get used to it. I'm sure like when the horse and buggy was out and they came out with the car, they were like, I'm not going to get in that newfangled car, and there was a better idea.
Right.
Now, it doesn't always work. Ask Coke how that went from in the early 80s with New Coke. It didn't last very long, but with this, Facebook has always changed. We're always used to something new coming out, where it's the new iPhone, and you have to adjust. So I think people will get used to it because, like you said, Facebook, it's out there. People are not going to stop using it because they're going to have to do something drastic. They're going to have to give out your phone number like to, agency somewhere and let them call you all night for people to stop using. So I don't see it hindering anybody right now. And there's steps you can take online to find out how you can change some of the things you don't like about it. So I think people get used to it. I think it's a lot of, ooh, it's changed right now, and then eventually it'll be, people get used to it.
Shantae, what do you think?
I love the new timeline. I've had it since it came out in development. I got to play around with it months before.
For a while.
Yeah, I got to play with it for a while. I love it, and again, I mean, it's just amazing. I see a lot of people respond to it very well, so that's good.
To me, it kind of brings back the MySpace feel, where you get to develop it yourself, but I thought that was kind of the whole reason why we generated towards Facebook.
It's just easier. Yeah, and of course I heard of you probably heard this too. MySpace signed on like 1 million new users, I think last month. So
really?
So you can see it kind of not coming back, but trying to make a comeback. And I think some people like change, some people don't. It's all you can customize it to kind of how you want
and you
it.
can see we have it up on the iPad, just kind of an example of the timeline where you have your own picture up top and you kind of generate what you want on it yourself.
And I personally like knowing what I had for dinner 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always a good thing.
So how can you change your privacy settings, Shantae, to keep people from seeing what you did 6 years ago that you may regret?
Exactly. Well, Timeline has actually come out with a really neat thing. It gives you 7 days before you switch over to go back and make any of those changes, and then once you publish it, you're published. You're out of luck after that.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
so make sure you're staying up to date on your privacy settings.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but we want to show you our Twitter handles. So that way, if you guys have any questions or if you just want to stay up to date on what we're doing, you can follow me on Twitter. That's Jillian, at Jillian WDEF. Daniel's is Daniel Wyatt 1, and Shantae's is at Shantae D. Newcomb. All right, well, that's all the time we have. We hope that you enjoyed our social media panel. Amy and John, what's up next?